the Canberra Raiders, whose destiny is in their own hands, in the top 8 for the first time since round 3 after their latest win, and a comprehensive one at that on the weekend against Manly. I'm pleased to say their coach, Ricky Stewart, joins us on 100% Footy. Ricky, great to have you on the show.
Thanks, James. How are you, mate?
We join us at a very good time, particularly for your Raiders, winning 6 of your last 7, knowing that you needed other things to fall your way as well, but you could only focus on your job. How does it feel now to see that ladder, knowing that you are a chance to play finals footy?
Yeah, it's probably been that way the last 2 to 3 months, and I compliment the players on how they've been pretty focused each week in just worrying about our own performances and winning the games, because the competition table around 6 to probably 9 or 10th spot has been really tight for a long period.
Sticky, what do you exactly put the turnaround in your season 2? I mean, was it getting your halfback back midway through the season? It's the first time you're in the top 8 since round 3. What do you put it down to?
Consistency in the spine, having those players available, Gal. I think, Brad Snyder and Matty Frawley, Tommy Starling, they did a wonderful job at the start of the season in trying to get the ship in order when we had Josh go down for the year after game 1 and Jamal had to miss 12 to 14 weeks. And, those players probably don't get complimented enough on coming in under a pressured situation when those boys were injured. And we had a number of other injuries at that stage, and it's been a really tough start to the season. And now coming in, I think Jamal's played about 11 to 12 games. He's finding his cohesion and rhythm with Jack more comfortable now. And then Xavier's played a number of games with those boys, and so has Tommy and Zach Wolford. So it's just consistency and keeping your spine available to play for each other, play with each other, I should say, every week.
Ricky, many people have you in the top 8 already. You play the West Tigers this weekend at Leichhardt Oval, but Canberra in the past, they've lost games that they're expected to win. How do you keep this group focused on the task at hand, given the fact that the Tigers are heavily depleted and haven't been playing well for a number of weeks?
Every team loses games they expect to win. We just have to do a job on worrying about what we've got to do this week. And everyone, all the boys know what situation we're in, but we've been in this situation for a number of weeks, and it'll be no different this week. We'll just worry about this game and try and win this game, and whatever comes of that, comes of it.
Ricky, assuming that you do win this game and play finals football, how far do you think you can go? I mean, the top sides are very, very good and very dominant at the moment. You seem to be running into some form. Do you give yourself a chance of a long run into the finals?
I think myself, the coaches and the players are probably the only team, only group of people that give ourselves a chance in playing against the big teams, Gus. We don't probably have the respect that a lot of the big teams do from a number of other people. But I'm very happy with the culture and attitude that I've got here as a coach of this football team. We're happy being the underdogs. We're happy being in a situation where nobody gives us that respect or the ability to win.
Sticky, I want to ask you about one of your players, Hudson Young. I think he's been a fantastic player for you. What sort of future do you see for him? Do you think he's I know we talk about rep players, but I think he's a future rep player. Do you see that in him?
Absolutely, I do, Gal. He's an Origin. He's got Origin attitude. And you, Gus, you know what Origin attitude means. You know what an Origin personality is, and that's Hudson Young. And I've said it about Jack Whiten before, that and he's shown that he can handle Origin, and they missed him in game 3. Hudson Young, same thing on that edge. They wouldn't have been dominated as much in game 3 if Hudson Young and Jack Whiten were there. I love coaching both of them, and Hudson Young's I think he'll tour at the end of the year, to be honest, if everybody's fair dinkum about picking the right team.
Ricky, it was well documented, the forced leave you had. I just want to ask you what you learnt during that period and what the team learnt without you there. What do you think they took from that period as much as what you did?
Nothing, because we had it all planned before that. We plan those scenarios that if somebody's not there, everybody's just got to do their job, and we've got structures and systems in place.
And now, of course, you've got the big task against the Tigers this Sunday afternoon, live on 9 from 3 p.m. You're taking on the Tigers side. I know you mentioned before, focusing on your own thing. What worries you most about this side when they've got nothing to lose? A stick, which is the Tigers at the moment, because unless they're going to knock you off by 40-odd, they'll be sitting in last place come the end of the home and away season.
Well, what worries me is us. We're our biggest threat. We've just got to make sure that the performance we put on the weekend was an 80-minute performance. Everybody expected us to beat Manly, and we did it the right way. I think it was a great wake-up call at half-time v Newcastle that we actually had that feeling of, holy hell, we're meant to win this game, and we were down a considerable amount of points. And for the boys to come back the way they did, it's a professional display. I don't think they got the credit. I mean, they did from me, but they didn't get the credit from other people that the way they came back. Newcastle played really well that day. We were poor in the first half, but we come back with a great deficit under pressure. Nobody understands the pressure they were under at half-time, knowing the fact the season could be over. For the players to come back the way they did was a wonderful sign of what's actually in our DNA here. Again, it's unless you're here, unless you feel it and see it and train it, nobody understands the culture and the DNA in this joint.
Ricky, I understand that a couple of your assistant coaches that have been great servants have moved on to other clubs or been poached by other clubs. How important are assistant coaches in your system these days, and how do you go about replacing them?
Yeah, massive, Gus. One, I'm happy that they got the opportunity to further their careers. Two, I'm really happy the fact that they see, other clubs see that we've got people here who do good jobs. Andrew McFadden's a very experienced young coach. He's going over to look after the pathways and recruitment at the Warriors. Brett's going up to a club that I think needs a little bit of structure and stability, and he's a very experienced an assistant coach, and I'm really happy that these clubs see that we've got that here. The change for us will be good as well. It's always good to have another voice. Hang on, I've got someone calling me here.
That's right. Oh, you're all over it. Done
How's
this before. Swiping left or right there, Ricky.
Yeah, I've never done that. Can you see me? Is that all right?
Yeah, we can see you, mate.
He wouldn't know what swiping left or right means.
I forgot where I was at now. Oh, no, and also, to answer your question, Gus, I have, it's a massive role here at the Raiders for assistant coaches because I give them so much responsibility. And yes, I'm in the hunt for two now, and I'm going to take my time in picking those assistants because it's a really big position. It's a big job. An assistant's role is a big job, but I need two coaches to come along and want to be a Raider, and I'll look at their backgrounds and where they've been and what they've done in regards to their positions. And but me as a head coach, I give them a lot of responsibility and ownership, and I think that's really helped Brett White and Andrew McFadden. I give them the ownership of defence, and they've done a really good job this season, and they've done a good job over the last few years. And at this club, that's you look after the Canberra Raiders, and the Canberra Raiders look after you, and those two boys have been great for the club.
Good on you, Stick. We'll let you go and return that phone call. We'll see you Sunday against the Tigers.
It was Nathan Brown, actually, so he might want a job. Okay.
Speaking of assistant coaches, look out. Good on you, mate. Michael's ears pricked up just then. Thank you, Ricky. And there you can see it.
Player or the coach?
It is.